Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Caffeinated or Die, the morning brew. My name, of course, is Antoine the Great, and I have actually quite a few hosts with me today. I have my normal co-host, Sparky from Sparky's Tech Corner. How's it going, Sparky?
Oh, it's just another morning. You know how it goes.
And we have our guest host from last time, Slayer Raven, the soon-to-be world-dominating politician. How's it going, Slayer?
It is going very well. Thank you for asking.
See, I am trying to keep the politician close to the vest, so when he actually, gets into power, I can abuse that. And for the first time on Caffeinated or Die, Anti-Hero broadcast. How's it going, Anti-Hero?
I haven't slept in days.
Well,
Sounds like
Other than that, I'm pretty good.
Well, all right. So we have someone who's tired, someone who's tired, and someone who's tired, and then there's me. How's it going? What did you guys... before we start, since Sparky has continually brought this up, and I've forgotten to do it many times, what is everyone drinking this morning to keep each other up?
well, I'm drinking a root beer and a Monster. I always have a Monster.
We're not talking about your penis, Sparky.
If you think my penis is a monster, thank you.
Slayer Raven, what you got?
I have a caramel cappuccino with a couple drops of mocha because I like sweet, sugary beverages to wake up in the morning.
All right. And Anti-Hero, what you got?
How early is it in your time zone?
For me, it is 7 a.m.
All right. So then technically, what I'm drinking would be too early.
Well, you know what they say. It's happy hour somewhere.
Right here, it's happy hour. Oh, that is good shit.
All right. Good morning, chat. Let's see who we have. On Viz here. Twisted Skipster. Anubis is here. Ishtar. Good morning, darling. Tom Leach. Jacob. Lo-Fi, see in the chat. Good morning. Moxley. How's it going, Moxley?
Anubis is here.
Anubis says we should man up and do lines of coke like real men. Apparently,
I've got him covered. Don't worry. I'll take care of that shortly.
No, fuck that. Do pixie sticks.
Good morning, Raz. All right. So, since it's been a couple of weeks since Caffeinated or Die, how's it been going, Sparky?
Well, walk's been a bitch, like always. Walk is always a bitch. Come to find out that I really fucked up in recording my videos for my Sparky and Starwind series.
You mean the hour-long grinds of Mega Man and Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah. Actually, Super Mario Brothers is being pushed back. We're not going to be doing it. We're actually replacing that with Mega Man X since the new X Legacy Collection dropped. And, whenever I recorded Mega Man 8, that's before I learned how to fully utilize OBS. And episode 1 of Mega Man 8 had 30 clips in it that I recorded. Because the game beforehand crashed in the middle of it, and we had to replay the game 2 times because the computer crashed. And when you're recording on OBS, and if it's not a flash file, you will lose everything you recorded. So we went through a spat of going through the stage and playing and stopping, playing and stopping, playing and stopping. So in case it stopped, we didn't lose everything until, I found out we just switch it to Flash.
Well, okay then.
Yeah, it's been a kind of a big ordeal trying to edit these videos, and if anyone watches my channel, I'm sorry I haven't posted. I've been trying to get videos out. I've been trying to get them done and edited, but it just life sucks. My schedule at work's changed, so this week is my only day off. I go back to work tomorrow, and then I'll have Saturdays and Sundays off from now on.
So basically, you're working the same schedule that I do.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. And how, from our resident politician, how's things been going for you?
It's been pretty casual for the most part on the political side. There's nothing really going on at the moment. Midterms is fastly approaching, so some people are freaking out about that. I'm not up for re-election, but I do have to make an impression. So when my time comes around, I will have good standing. But for the most part, work has been absolute brutal. I tried to get out of my medical field job before shit hit the fan because I knew it was coming. I unfortunately couldn't escape, and now I'm working doubles every day.
Well, I am never going to complain about my work schedule ever again. I just can't do the doubles.
So basically, you're a politician. Instead of bending over other ones and raping them, you're the one that got bent over and got raped.
I mean, when you work in the medical field, that's how it works, right? Unless you're a doctor.
Yes, especially like in the EMT, EMR, and paramedic fields.
Yes.
And
So, that's it.
all right. Everybody's got busy schedules, it seems like. Okay. Anti-hero, what you been up to?
Not a whole lot. I mean, I spend most of my time being on people's streams and just being obnoxious, which coincidentally is what I'm going to be doing here. Otherwise, I've been trying to avoid getting subscribers on my YouTube channel because if I get them, then I'll have to make actual content. And
Oh, that's
God
right.
knows that would be awful.
Everyone go subscribe to Anti-Hero Broadcast. Just click
Don't-
on his name.
Don't do that.
That's in the chat.
Don't do that. It's a horrible idea.
And
No
subscribe
one
to
should
his
fucking
channel.
do that.
And make him
I
make fun
spend
of him.
I spend most of my time trying to do as much RP stuff as I possibly can so as to fill up my day and my schedule. And I spend time with my girlfriend, and I spend time talking to friends online, and I spend time playing Fallout because I have no life. This is really depressing all of a sudden. Anyway.
So you're spending time raping people.
No, but I am going to have another drink of rum.
Well, have one on me, because I am not going to start drinking at 7 a.m.
Oh,
It's not 7 a.m. here.
before we continue on, I'm gonna make a statement, an announcement. Because 2-3 days ago, I think it was 3 days ago, excuse me on the time, it was some Sun Demon's birthday. Happy birthday, Antoine.
Thank you, Sparky, for pointing that out to everyone. Yes, 3 days ago, I was birthed into this world. Congratulations, world. You're now fucked.
A happy birthday, then.
Happy birthday to you. You're going to die sooner than the rest of us.
Am I the oldest one here? I know I'm older than you,
No
Anti.
idea.
I think you might be. I'm probably second, though.
Well, I'm 30, so.
I am now 37 years old.
Yeah, you're the oldest. I'm 33.
Oh god, they're singing happy birthday to me in the chat.
And Moxley, it's not ass rape, it's ass wipe.
Right. Let's move on, shall we?
Yes. And apparently, Tom and I are almost birthday twinsies. So happy belated birthday to you, Tom.
You and Ace actually is. Because you guys, I think you guys' birthday is a day apart.
Sparky uses ass vapes.
Do not compare me to. No, don't.
Ah,
Don't. That's gross. All
that's
right.
what Lo-Fi said.
So we have articles to do. This is how we do things here. Antihero. We talk about funny things. We make fun of the news. So Sparky wants to read one first. So I'm going to let him do that. Now, just to let you know, Sparky is our resident joke killer. So if you make something funny, he's probably going to take it out back and put two in the back of its head. Just forewarned.
No, I'm not. No.
Rip jokes. Rip.
No, I'm not gonna go out and put two in the back of the head. I'm gonna load it up with about 40 pounds, 50 pounds of tannerites.
Sparky, you're
Couple
already
pounds
killing
of
it.
gas.
You're already killing it. Let it go. Just let it die on its own. The poor bastard.
Like I said, resident joke killer.
Hey, I've got a reputation to keep.
All right. So is that the statement and the announcement that you wanted to shout out to everyone that it was my birthday a few days ago?
Yes, it was.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Sort of.
Yep. Happy birthday, you bastard.
Thanks. Stop. All right. Let's try that again. There we go.
Infinity screen.
Yes, infinity screen. There we go. I am awake, I promise. Alright, Sparky found this one. It's poignant, I guess, for everyone, because everyone has had a bad relationship.
Yeah. I just, with everything that's been going on with different streaming communities and stuff like that, I just felt it matched.
Well, look, just because I have separated myself from a giant purple ape doesn't mean I had drama in the relationship. There was no relationship. I used him for what I needed and moved on.
Well, I wasn't really referring to Smackle. If you're referring to that as a relationship, the fuck, man.
I just want to point out how fucking gay this fucking news website's title is. Mindful, healthy mind, healthy life. If that were true, actually, that probably explains a lot about my current capacity.
Look at the links. There's living, meditation, and work. I am so curious as to what they have to say about meditation.
Oh, well, let's take a look, shall we?
I actually like meditation. It helps you with things.
The breathscape practice for cultivating mindfulness. A mindful practice to cultivate non-judgmental. Sparky, why do you have this website?
It came up on What the Fuck drama.
Find balance during a moment of panic. Prescribing awareness.
Hey, I said I don't know how to fucking look up these good articles.
Some of these things are actually fairly helpful. So, for instance, if you were to scroll back up, you would see the finding balance during a moment of panic, a short practice to help restore awareness of your breath and your body and reclaim your equilibrium so that you can face the rest of the day with calm and ease. Depending on what they recommend, if you have panic attacks and shit like that, those can be really helpful. There's a couple of things I do when I'm in the middle of a panic attack that dramatically help and get me out of the cycle that much faster. Some of these things are really helpful, others of them not so much. Mindfulness exercise does help some people, but other people, like myself, tend to find it to be a lot of hocus pocus, crystal gazing freak nonsense.
So, Anubis says meditation only works after the second murder.
That's not true. Look, if you are just in the right zone when you use the first knife, sometimes, especially if you got to be in the right mindset, but sometimes that the vibration of steel along bone as it grinds up against the rib cage, it's just the right, like, I guess, sonic frequency, that right variable to just get you into that right mindset. And as long as you just keep gliding the blade along that same bone like that over and over and over and over and over, then sometimes you get into that thing real quick. That meditation comes in quickly.
If you just
Hold on a second. So Kadant says, so I'm getting to be in here to see pettiness. Like I don't deal with enough of this. Really? I had such high regard, dealt with so much shit, but this kind of pettiness? Gods, this fucking sucks. What pettiness? I didn't find this article. Sparky did. He's the one who wants to read it. I'm not reading it.
Yeah, this is my article. And this is from like all the bullshit like Chaos, Ep.20, and everything else like that.
Well, hey, how about we read the article and avoid the chaos from before?
Yeah.
So, Sparky, this is all on you. How to ditch the drama in your relationships. Go for it.
See, you're unimaginably cruel. How could I have done something like that to you? One of my clients, we all call her Sarah, received that in a nasty text from her ex-husband, who was angry because their daughter, a young adult, excluded him from a milestone event intended on confronting their daughter. The ex-husband was pinning his daughter's actions on Sarah. Understandably, the accusations consumed Sarah. Even when we aren't provoked by such high emotional and personal conflicts these days, it's hard to escape the daily dramas playing out all around us. Personally, dramas are served to us via text or email. And if our own lives are peaceful, we need to look no further than the Twitter for President Trump's conflicts on our smartphones for the latest metaphorical or literal train wrecks.
Okay. Can you still? Do I need to scroll down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Most of us, at the very least, distracted by drama, despite our best intentions, we have trouble looking away. Biologically, we are hardwired to love the. I can't fucking pronounce that.
Novelty.
Novelty. Yeah.
Novelty, stimulation, and social information.
Yep. To be constantly fed, drama provides. But the 24/7 drama isn't pointing us towards meaningful lives, and it keeps us from the stillness and reflections and deep conversations that make our lives meaningful. Let's see. 24/7 drama isn't pointing us towards meaningful lives, and it keeps us it keeps us in this.
The green thing that you already read.
Yeah, that's what happened. There's another problem with drama, however. A constant source of it leads us unknowingly to make on this disempowering roles in our lives, roles that hurt our relationships and frost feelings of powerlessness, shame, and superiority. How does that happen? In 1968, a psychologist named Stephen Kepman developed a social model, the Kepman Drama Triangle. To map the dysfunctional behavior we predictably display when we get sucked into interpersonal drama. Kepman recognized how entertaining, how addictive our relationships conflicts could be, despite being physiologically harmful. Kepman teaches that there tends to be three roles in conflict, hence the formation of the triangle. The first and most familiar role is the victim. This is not an actual victim, mind you. It is just someone who feels like that they are being victimized, or someone who is acting like they are being persecuted. Victims often feel oppressed and helpless. Deep down, they tend to feel shame. They're often self-pitying. They act as though they are powerless, and as such, often our neediest and most toxic of draining friends and relatives. Victims typically identify a persecutor, someone who they believe is victimizing them. Persecutors are made out to be controlling and critical. When we take on the role of persecutor ourselves, often we act angry, rigid, and superior. Every victim has a accuser who works diligently to save them from mistreatment, although it can feel good to play the recusing role because attempting to help others can make us feel good. Recusers don't really help, although their intentions may be good. They are the ultimate enablers, keeping victims stuck in their roles as victims. All of these roles are tempting because they give us a sense of power, even if it is a false power. Victims go to claim innocence, they give the dirty intention of their accuser, and they avoid taking responsibility for their own lives and their own outcomes. Persecutors get to sit in the power seat feeling superior. Accusers feel righteous, angry, and empathetic. Empathies, and so they also get to feel superior to both the victim and the accuser. And when recusers avoid the negative shadow that hangs over victims and accusers, the recuser role is not healthy. Either because focusing on someone else's conflict is usually an excuse to ignore their own problems. Recusers usually have a stake in keeping the victim feeling helpless and weak. In the end, the recuser keeps the victim feeling like the victim by giving them permission to avoid changing or taking responsibility for their own lives. These roles are so ingrained in our culture. Milieu, fuck. I can't pronounce some of these goddamn words. That we don't even see them. We just seamlessly and unconsciously step into them, but they are like junk food, providing only temporary stimulation and a quick shot in the arm of power, leaving us weaker in the long run. So, what can we do instead of taking our own dysfunctional roles? 1, don't engage. When Sarah got the nasty text from her ex-husband, he was playing a victim role. While making Sarah the persecutor, he engaged a mutual friend as a accuser who was also texting Sarah, encouraging her to help her ex repair his relationship with his daughter. Sarah needed reminding that getting involved in a drama like this is always a choice. One option was just to ignore ex-husband's nasty texts, or opt to send her ex-husband straight to the source, telling him to please talk to the daughter directly, and then Sarah could silence the text conversations on her phone. 2, question the prevailing beliefs. Having been pinned as a villain, Sarah undenouncedly had
Sparky,
what?
how
What?
long is this article?
I think it's almost done.
This is very, very. This is not fun stuff. We're supposed to be talking about fun stuff.
Have we started reading Sparky's article yet?
This is his article.
Oh. I fell
Okay,
asleep.
fine. All right, fine. I'll hit on the top points, and that's it. Question the beliefs. Take on a different role in the conflict. Because I think there's 5 points.
Jesus Christ. No, there was only 3.
All right, that was only 3 points. Oh, so it's almost done anyways. The point is I read through this last night, and I seen a connection towards several things, and it's been going on in different discords, communities, and all that other good stuff. And I felt like it was important to kind of read this because it kind of gives hindsight of what can be done and what should not be done. Because after watching the whole deal with Chaos 120, I kind of feel sorry for that group. I really do. And especially Rebo. Rebo everyone knows she's on side quest as the thief. She's part of that group, and she got drug into that, and she was basically labeled along with the entire group because of stupid, petty drama bullshit. And it gets to the point of how far do people have to go to bring out the drama, to try to point to someone and beat someone down to the point of it's not worth it no more. And I think everyone in this community kind of needs to step back and look at that. That's the reason why I wanted to read that article. So if I bored anyone, I'm sorry.
It's not that you bought. It's just this is a joke. Yeah, this is.
It's not that you bored anyone, it's that you bored everyone. There are people in the chat who died waiting for this to be over.
Okay. We're getting to the fun articles now.
People died.
Oh God. Well, I mean, yeah.
All right, so let's ratchet things up a bit, shall we? Do we put a 1 in the chat if you want to talk about rogue goats, or put a 2 in the chat if you want to talk about a UFO?
Rogue goats or UFOs?
Come on. What happened? Chat isn't voting.
2
They're
is
all
for
dead.
UFOs, right? Fucking Sparky killed them all. 2 is for UFOs, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 2 for UFOs. We got 2
Let
for
me just
goats.
fix that.
UFOs.
You only get 1 vote, Auntie.
No, I'm pretty sure I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I got 10 votes.
Damn it, you got Anubis doing it now.
God damn it. So
Anubis, you will vote properly, damn it.
all right, so let's see. Let's count the real votes. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for first one. 1, 2, 3, 3 for the UFOs. So we're going to be talking
Daimonis,
about
Anubis. You don't want me as an enemy. I'll blind you with my thumbs.
Oh.
With my thumbs.
What are you, a Bond villain in the Daniel Craig shit? Come on now.
No, he's trying to be Scooby.
Well, it was a joke based on previous drama. I thought we were a joke channel.
All right, so rogue goats it is. Rogue goats take over Idaho neighborhood. We're not kidding. Okay.
I looked at this one last night, and it's like I didn't fully read it, so
you glanced at it. You didn't fully read it.
I don't think I submitted this one.
All right.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Oh, so you're to blame for this.
I am.
Anubis says, "Antihero."
Oh, I'm reading the chat. I'm reading the chat, and Sparky can keep his horrible vibro dick away from my butt.
I'll make love to your anus with Sparky's penetrator.
See, and this is where Anubis has a problem. This is where Anubis is a problem, is that Sparky doesn't have a penetrator, he's a fucking Ken doll. So figure it out from there.
Fuck you.
Alright. These goats on the lam were supposed to be working when they were found eating up a quiet suburban street. Goats are not often recognized as being the most intrepid of creatures, but these goats are aiming to change that goat game. I didn't know there was a goat game. On Friday, a neighborhood on the west...
there is a goat game, but it's not very fun. And
yeah, it's called Pin the Dick to the Goat.
Well, goat games are usually pretty bad.
Oh, God. Really? Really? All right. On,
for days.
on Friday, a neighborhood on the west side of Boise, Idaho, was taken over by about 100 of them, according to KTVB reporter Joe Paris. Yeah, that's right. Razriel is right. There is a goat game. It's called Goat Simulator. Who are these goats? Where did they come from? What propelled them to go rogue? They're goats. The fence was left open.
No, goats look at fences and go, fuck you. They will jump over a fence.
There is this a playable video? I don't think so. It is a playable video. They're just kind of chilling. They're not doing anything.
Oh, now they're moving.
Oh, they started to take a run.
There's more of them.
Well, they said about 100 goats. All right. KTVB noted that the animals were snacking on lawns and flower bushes and stripping the leaves from trees, as goats are wont to do. The outlet discovered that the goats appear to belong to the company We Rent Goats.
So somebody rented 100 goats.
Which aptly rents out herds of goats for people to use to clear weeds and help with fire suppression on private land and public property. How dare you sneeze while I'm reading?
Shut the fuck up and read.
Drink your rum.
Like I need an excuse.
Wow, who needs landscapers when you can just rent a goat? Well, that's it. This company is trying to steal jobs from the hardworking Mexicans.
I was actually going to say it's going to put a dent in all the lawn services paychecks. Because they work for grass, not for money.
Well, before you get too excited, these goats weren't very focused on their duties and wandered off their job site. Luckily, We Rent Goats tracked down their reckless employees and loaded them into a truck, and promptly took them to a glue factory. Ah, silly goats. What? Back to work, you hungry babes. It was a joke, Sparky.
I know, but I'm confused. Did somebody release the goats, or did somebody rent the goats? I mean, it doesn't really explain what happened.
My guess is they probably escaped because of some mishandling of the situation.
No, I've got a friend that has about 10 goats, and those fuckers are smart. He ended up building a 8-foot fence to keep them in, because beforehand what they would do is they would actually climb on top of each other to jump over the fence.
Listen, it's just a bunch of goats. It's fun. I wish I had a bunch of goats to unleash in my city. I doubt I'd ever be reelected again, but it would be hilarious for at least 45 minutes to an hour.
Just keep them away from the red light district.
I might actually use that as my next campaign thing. I just might vote for me, or I'll unleash a herd of goats upon the city.
No, release them in the red light district. See what happens.
That's a different type of bush that you want them to eat, Sparky.
That's not why I was going with that, but okay.
Okay, well.
So what articles do we have?
All right, let's see here.
Put a 3 in the chat if you just want me to roast the shit out of my co-hosts.
You're gonna do that anyways. Even
but it could be so much worse, Sparktopus.
How did you come up with that nickname?
Sparky, Octopus, Sparktopus.
Well,
how's it going, Big T?
I'm getting a lot of 3s in the chat. It's a whole lot of them.
That's
a whole fucking lot. Even Ishtar is like, nah, roast the shit out of those motherfuckers.
Ishtar, you are a traitor.
Shocktopus. The one thing Sparky has never done. Shocked the puss. So let's go. What's the next article? What do we got? Come on.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, in the meantime, while he figures that out, I guess we can just, chat a bit.
Well, I do have.
Chatterbait.
No, we are not. Look, I want to keep this channel. I don't want. I mean, if they're hot, I won't mind, but not a lot of people on Chatterbait are hot.
Sparky, put your dick back in your pants, you sick bastard.
All right.
Fuck.
Nobody told you to whip that out.
Put a 1 in the chat for Florida Man, or 2 in the chat for Drunken Ratchaburi Man.
Wow, both of those sound ridiculously unfun. Put a 78 in the chat if you want Antoine to make dumb noises while we make fun of him for having tentacles.
What's wrong with tentacles? They're very useful.
I'm looking for 78s in the chat.
He's just trying to see how obnoxious he can be.
Yeah, that's about right. I have 178. I have 278s in the 378s in the chat. And a 42, which of course is just a 78 since it's the meaning of life and the answer to the question. There's a 54 as well. I don't know what a 54 is for. Could we please get an yeah, you are enabling me. It's like handing an alcoholic more alcohol. Speaking of which.
All right. So we have 2-1. Let's go with the real question. Do you want Florida Man or Ratchaburi Man? 1 for Florida Man, 2 for Ratchaburi Man. Anubis wants the UFO.
Yes, Anubis wants the UFO.
So we got. They're talking. They want the Florida Man. Right.
Oh yeah, now I remember which one Florida Man was.
Ah, this is gross.
Oh boy. It can't be as bad as some of the shit we've talked about on this channel.
Well, speaking of shit, Florida Man dumps porta potty waste in a 7-Eleven as revenge, police say.
The fuck the 7-Eleven did to the man?
Well, that's why we're going to read. You know what? Antihero, you take this one.
All right. Florida man dumps porta potty waste in 7-Eleven as revenge, police say. One possible motive. The subject was banned from the store in May. As criminal accusations go, this one is pretty crappy. A Florida man is accused of dumping a bucket containing human feces and urine inside a St. Petersburg 7-Eleven. Damian A. Sims' alleged act of criminal caca happened early Wednesday, according to the Smoking Gun. He apparently obtained the waste from a portable toilet, the site reported.
Wait. You sound like someone who works for TMZ.
I'm trying to. Now, are you going to interrupt me again, you worthless heathen?
More than likely. Continue.
Well, shut your mouth. Pipe down. Put the sock back in it. Splattered poop got on a straw hat and a do-rag with a total estimated value of $28. The 41-year-old Sims' ID with the store manager and recorded on surveillance video, according to the police report. It's possible the alleged bowel movement bucket dump was an act of revenge. The police report notes that Sims was banned from the store in May. Sims was charged with trespass and criminal mischief, both misdemeanors. As of Friday, he was still in the Pinellas County Jail in lieu of a $300 bond. He is ordered to stay away from the 7-Eleven and its manager, according to Fox News. Let's take a quick look at this guy.
Oh, he knows. He knows for a fact he got what he wanted.
That man has done some hard drugs in his day. Look at the eyes. Those are the eyes of a man who is dead inside. That is the eyes of a man who has stared into Sparky's crotch and found nothing. That is a man who has seen Antoine in the darkest of nights and realized that there is no God.
I was gonna say, look at the shitting grin on his face, but fuck you, anti-hero.
I think it's more of a shit slinging grin, I think was what the problem was. Remember? He kind of tossed it into the 7-Eleven. I don't think he ate any of it.
Ben Cooper in the chat is
I'm not
asking if that's a
entirely
photo of Moxley. I don't know. It's not Mexican enough.
Well, nobody knows what Moxley looks like, so it could be.
Oh, it's possible.
Can you imagine how it would be to actually take a bucket of poop and throw it at somebody's store?
What?
Just
No.
imagine it. Somebody pisses you off. You take a dump in a bucket, and you piss in the bucket, and then you just throw it at their house, their car, their store, whatever, on them. Can you imagine that fucks your day up? Like if you get shit thrown at you, that fucks your day up, man.
I'm gonna write all these down in my little idea book about ways to piss off Antoine next time.
So, all right, Slayer Raven, since you're the one that's talking about slinging and all of that, you get this next article from James Jones.
Oh God, no! Is that the one? Oh no, no! I was just looking at one.
This is one of the worst titles. Woman eats period blood, gets showered in hot fountain of vomit.
Can we not? Because I've had about 4 shots of rum now, and my stomach's feeling pretty good. But if we start talking about this, on the bright side, for the chat, I will totally turn on my fucking camera, and you can watch the projectile eruption. I'm not gonna deprive you of that.
I'm sorry, but I think that after all that was said, I'm all in on this.
Oh, okay. So there is motive behind this, Auntie. Anubis says, "Pay attention. Antoine hates this."
Oh. Wait, Antoine hates discussions about period blood?
No, this gross. She ate it.
Okay, so
No,
just like the really clotted stuff, like with all the strings and membranes.
Well, let's find out.
All right, this falls in the line of like plus in a smoothie, vag bacon, a couple other ones.
Last week it was period tampon sucking girl versus shit ice cream eating guy or something like that.
Yes.
So what y'all are telling me is that this is a thing here? I'm dead serious. What you're telling me is that this is a normal occurrence on this show.
Yes.
You're telling me that the 3 of you have at least one story per show in which you indulge in horrible vaginal secretions.
Not once per each.
No.
No. That's
all I need to hear.
Happy Monday.
This may be my last show here. Good Lord.
Wow, we finally found something to get him to go, oh my God.
No. What makes me go, oh my God, isn't the story itself. It's that you guys apparently have some sort of fetish for this. You've clearly fetishized what is a horrible, horrible thing. Ugh. Ugh. All right.
Slayer Raven, just read it. Ignore him. Continue.
If I hear any
Happy Monday if you're having a bad day. I got just the thing to make it better. A chilling, well, very warm actually, tale of a woman who swallowed her own blood clots while trying to perform fellatio upon her partner. And then the Roman showered her. How does that even happen? Let me paint you a picture.
Oh, God.
The Today I Fucked Up TIFU subreddit is always full of fun and information, mistakes that others have made. Sometimes they involve poop, and sometimes they involve having sex with your sister. Dear God, what the fuck is wrong with people? And sometimes, just sometimes, but also very frequently, the stories shared by Redditors are so unspeakably vile that everyone reading them hopes that they are fake. That's actually how this story came to me, with an editor saying, "This is vile and I hope it isn't real." But it probably is, because let's face The grossest things always are. Isn't that the fucking truth? I've seen a guy eat his own shit before. So here's the story from A to P. A woman, while on her period, has sex with her boyfriend, which is totally normal and healthy. Gross. He refuses to go down on her because he isn't a bloodhound. And
Wait, is that a nickname for it?
I guess so.
That's disgusting.
Well, I do want to point out though that until you've earned your goddamn Red Wings, you can't fucking talk.
You lost
I
a
have.
complaint about this article, for the record.
I have, and I've openly admitted to that before.
You sick fuck.
And she understands, but then all hell breaks loose when they decide to have sex in the shower. We happily rush to the bathroom, shedding clothes along the way. A torrent of hot water and steam fills the room. While he fills me up, he has me pinned against the wall. We are facing each other, and I can feel he is about to come. He pulls out, and I drop to my knees, pulling him towards me. I love to help him finish like this, and out of habit, take him into my mouth. The taste is salty, saltier than normal, then copper. We lock eyes again, and his face turns into a terrified grimace. Instant recognition of what the horror has occurred. I suffer from I am not going to even pronounce that properly, menorrhagia. Most girls spot and wear those thin little liners. I go through a tampon every 30 minutes and basically wear a diaper.
Wow.
I bled quarter-sized clots of a deep red mucus mess. Sex and stimulation tended to push it out. Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. Let's see here. So she didn't realize his cock was filled with, like, blood clotty shit?
No, basically she said that it's not, it's something that they normally do, so she went to do what they normally do, and didn't realize, realized a little too late that doing the normal thing is probably not a good idea at that present time. I think we have killed Sparky. I think
That's
he
a-
did.
Let's finish him off just to be sure the coup de grace.
Hold up.
Phrasing.
I don't mind if we finish this, all right? But I do have one request. If Antoine could please stop fapping. I can hear it in my headphones, and it's really, really making me uncomfortable. The story is bad. It's bad enough without you furiously tentacling your own butthole. Let's just not do that anymore. I can hear the squelching noises.
If this person isn't a writer, she should be. With those descriptions, I almost feel like I'm right there with her. She accidentally biting into a baba pearl of discarded
uterine lining.
Uterine lining.
So she bit into a boba, the boba tea. She bit into the tapioca pearl of discarded uterine lining. Oh God, I just made myself throw up in my mouth a little bit.
It gets worse.
It cannot get any worse.
My
can
mouth
always
has been
get
effectively
worse.
filled with these clots. I instantly vomit, spilling a combination of blood and chunks out onto my boyfriend's penis and legs. He returns the favor by showering my face and hair with his own mixture of undigested waste. My boyfriend is 230 pounds, 6'4", and a bodybuilder. Needless to say, he eats a lot. The shower clocks instantly, leaving us both naked, shivering, and nauseated, attempting to clean up the biggest pile of vomit I have ever seen.
Oh my God.
Poetic justice!
I just have one question. Is anybody else suddenly just viciously aroused?
No, that's just you.
Oh, this is fun.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and start fapping then. Go ahead and keep talking.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
The storyteller apologizes for the gore, but what she should be doing is copywriting this entire tale. I'd put money on the fact that a new horror movie where people have to do horrible things, sex things, to get out of perilous situations will use this exact scenario, right down to the naked shivering.
No, Fermion, I am not happy about what happened because of this. I'm
Saw the revenge sex porn.
Good thing I didn't eat.
Oh
The
my
story,
God.
at least, ends on an educational note. Here's an edit the author made after her account exploded all over Reddit. PSA. I believe that many people who are PMing me questions also suffer.
PMSing her questions.
I mean, why not? Also suffer from, I still can't pronounce that, and other word I can't say because, and have not been diagnosed. Wikipedia, a blood loss of greater than 80 milliliters or lasting longer than 7 days constitutes that word I can't say, and not a doctor and cannot give you a diagnosis. What I can share is that I spent the first 6 years believing my cycle was normal and suffered much more than necessary. Please take care of yourself. And this goes especially for young ladies just beginning their womanhood. This may not fully understand what is happening and what constitutes normal. Okay, I think that's it.
So I'm gonna,
Why is there a video that says G.I. Joe on it?
because it's going to say the more you know, and knowing is half the battle.
I agree. The more you know, knowing is half the battle.
Endorsed by the National Child Safety Council.
Oh God, oh God.
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
Thanks for the memories, even if they weren't so great.
Oh God, I just got it.
But I'm sorry, Fermion. I know you want to drive your truck through a crowd. I apologize.
Fermion, the joke is that he's not fucking sorry.
Not really.
He's
All
not
right.
sorry at all, and he thrives on your pain and your suffering.
Just like they thrive on mine. It's a vicious cycle.
Well, good. I mean, as a Tango Lord, I thrive on all of your pains and suffering. So keep feeding me.
No, it's not a vicious cycle. If it's more vicious than what we just read, then something's wrong with you.
Sparky, stop. Stop now. The joke doesn't deserve this, okay? The joke doesn't deserve this.
Hang on. Just give me 5 seconds.
Do not bring up yourself.
Okay, I think it's good then now.
Okay. That poor joke.
Terrible.
All right. I'm bringing this up because Antihero really wants to read it.
Because it just sounds like fun.
So I'm going to let you read it.
To be perfectly honest, I haven't read the article.
So read the article.
All right, then. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to theexpress.co.uk. U.S. Army fired on UFO at Los Angeles, leaving 5 dead before major cover-up, claims expert. A huge illuminated UFO was fired at by the U.S. military for several hours as the craft hovered over Los Angeles. But the case was covered up, it has been claimed. The unknown object appeared moving slowly over the California skyline in Culver City and Santa Monica, according to UFO expert Jason Gleaves. He has analyzed a photograph of the bizarre event that he suggests was then covered up by officials who explain it away as a weather balloon. Mr. Gleaves' research has been published in the Book of UFO Photos, published by Flying Disc Press. He said,
Wait,
the U.S.
there is a Flying Disc Press?
I
course
thought you
there
owned
is.
that, Antoine.
There are some things that even I don't know about the internet.
So, Mr. Gleaves' research has been published in the book UFO Photo, published by Flying Disc Press. He said, the U.S. Army started to its constant non-stop bombardment, firing thousands of artillery rounds at the unknown object, all to no avail. The first shots rang out starting late evening on February 24th and continued well into the early hours of the 25th. At 3:16 a.m., the 37th Coast Artillery Brigade began firing 50 caliber machine guns and 12.8-pound anti-aircraft shells at the reported unidentified object. Over 1,400 shells would eventually be fired at the object in total. I'm not continuing doing that voice because it's incredibly offensive. Offensive. The U.S. Air Force pilots of the 4th Interceptor Command Squadron were alerted and put on standby by the aircraft, but their aircraft remained grounded. The artillery fire continued sporadically until 4:14 a.m., when the all-clear is finally sounded and the total blackout order lifted at 7:21 a.m. Several buildings and vehicles were severely damaged by falling shell fragments, and 5 civilians died as indirect result of the anti-aircraft fire. 3 killed in car accidents and the ensuing chaos, and two of heart attacks attributed to the stress of the action. Considering the duration which elapsed and thousands of people who witnessed the unforgettable event, there aren't many clear quality photographs available to analyze. The one true detailed image available had been taken at the time by a newspaper photographer working for the Los Angeles Examiner. The UFO expert looked at this photograph in detail for the book. He said, "Upon analyzing the best quality image available in more detail using up-to-date digital enhancement software, it brings to life and enhances the never-seen-before detail of the object, revealing its in-depth features surrounding the structure, which importantly raise more questions as to its original origin." That was all one sentence. That was all what upon to origin is one goddamn sentence. The photograph of the initial incident was taken over Los Angeles area at night over an estimated area of 5 miles. Standard aircraft searchlights were located at strategic locations around the city because of the high threat of air raids. Is there
There's
more?
more. Yes.
There we go! Central in the original image, which was analyzed, is a large illuminated object which appears stationary, but we have confirmation from witnesses that it was moving at a steady, constant speed. In transit, also shown in the original image are multiple smaller flashes of light, exploding artillery shells, surrounding its entirety together with the numerous searchlight beams crisscrossing across the sky, possibly looking for more unknown aerial objects. The unknown object eventually moved at steady speed over nearby Long Beach and vanished out of view over the Palos Verdes hills as the guns finally fell silent. Mr. Gleave said before the cover-up, the incident made for front-page news along the U.S. Pacific coast, where it happened overnight on February 24th, just 3 months after the U.S. joined World War II in December 1941. He said they initially assumed that they were under attack from the Japanese Air Force or German Luftwaffe. He said, "Little did they know the object could possibly come from a more far distant place, maybe just out of this world." So wait, this happened in the 1940s?
I guess.
And he's just now talking about it?
Yeah, he's a little behind the times.
Just a smidge. Despite thousands of witnesses, a subsequent press conference played down events. Mr. Gleave said, "The event secretary of the Navy, Frank Knox, called the unbelievable incident a false alarm, trying to play down the event." A few years later, in the undocumented and the dramatic incident, the United States Coast Artillery Association identified the unknown object as a meteorological balloon set up at 1 a.m. that initially started all the shooting, and concluded that once the firing started, imagination created all kinds of targets in the sky and everybody joined in. Much later, during 1983, the U.S. Office of Air Force History attributed the incident to a case of obvious anxiety and war nerves, triggered by a report of a lost rogue weather balloon, and exacerbated the strafe flares and bright shell bursts from adjoining ground batteries. Despite the research, Mr. Gleave said the case remains unsolved. He said, "Still to this day, the object is unidentified. I have inverted and filtered the original available source image to analysis and enhanced the detail using up-to-date enhancement techniques."
I do believe that's it.
That is the end of the article.
Wow. So did anybody else realize that that is basically somebody retelling the story of the Battle of Los Angeles, but not mentioning it that way?
Exactly. And that was not a good movie either.
All right.
Do you know what I think?
What?
I think it's time for another shot.
You think it's time for another shot? Well, I happen to agree with you.
Take one for me as well, please.
Same
Yes.
here.
That's 4 shots you have to take out of here.
You gotta love how the sound of a quack pops out of that bottle.
Please continue by all means. It's going to be a minute.
Okay. we were just waiting to see if you were going to, chug the rest of the bottle.
Oh, no. You have to savor this stuff. It's all like delicious and butterscotchy.
Okay, so all right, we have 4 more. One of them is a Ratchaburi man. We have something about Egyptian zoo. Journalists getting death threats.
Allie has a very important question. She says, "Wait, what are we taking shots of? It's 11 a.m. Allie, my dear, my darling, dearest. We are taking shots of whatever we like. So for me, it's going to be Dr. Brown's really bad rum, which is delicious. For everyone else, it will be pussy shit. Fucking
Okay.
frou-frou coffee.
One of these days, we're gonna have a legitimate drinking stream, just because.
I'm
This
just
early,
gonna sip
this
rum
early
the
in
whole
the
time.
morning?
I'm just gonna sip rum the whole time.
Well, rum is good, but I mean, there's also vodka, so.
Vodka's awful. Ugh.
Slayer Raven, you need to watch Coldplay's.
There's also fun story that's not in the news. I personally cannot drink a lot of alcohol anymore because I have what's called a celiac problem. I am gluten intolerant, actually. So things like beer and a couple other alcohols cause my body to violently reject them through my anus. It is awful. In every way, it is awful. And yes, Allie, that's what I said. They're drinking frou-frou coffee and ridiculous energy drinks, and they know who they are, and they know what they've done with their lives, and they should be ashamed. And they are.
At least
Listen
I don't
to their
suffer.
voices.
Hey,
Listen to his voice. Listen to him. He's
at
nothing
least
but
I
shame.
don't. At least I don't suffer from anal seepage.
Supply of it because I love the shape of the bottle and because it's smooth and hard at the same time. I always have a constant supply of alcohol in my house. I am not an alcoholic, but I should be.
Well, you're not an alcoholic. You're just training for it.
No,
Yeah,
the first time I streamed with you, Slayer, you were pretty lit.
I may have been. I don't know. I guess I don't know how well you could see.
Some lag complaints there. So you might want to turn that off there, Slayer.
It is already off, buddy.
All right.
All right. So, let's get back to something funny, shall we?
Let's get down to business.
So we have thieves carrying... What?
I said we were defeating you.
Oh, why?
I was singing a song, damn it. You ruined it, though. It was about to become a Disney internet thing, and we were going to have a great time and go along. The chat was going to sing along, and you were like, nope, nope, nope. I ruined all the fun because I'm Antoine. I have tentacles in my bumhole.
Why? What is wrong with my tentacles?
They ruined his bumhole. You heard him.
They ruined your bumhole. It's awful.
They're nowhere near my bumhole.
Yeah, well, we can't see them or you, so how are we supposed to believe that?
On blind faith, just like we believe everything else.
No, they're not. They're not in your bunhole. They come out of your bunhole.
Whoa. Do the ladies you supposedly sleep with know this? Do they know your tentacles are anal extruded tentacles?
They don't. They're not.
Bring it, you Draconath fire-souled bastard. Let's see what you got.
Hear that? It got quiet as shit.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna fucking call him out. Look at him in the chat. I shall bear an anti-hero for that song. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go. You guys go talk. Tell your next story. I'm gonna go get the exact lyrics of that song, and then when it comes to my turn to speak, I'm just gonna start singing. And I don't even sing very well either. You better get that mute button warmed the fuck up.
All right. Drunk Ratchetberry man wakes up without a penis.
That was a rough evening. He must have got wasted.
It seemed like just another alcohol-soaked karaoke rager for a Ratchetberry mechanic. Sparky, you're not from Ratchetberry, right?
No.
I think he is.
Only this time he blacked out and woke to find his penis was no longer there. The man, identified only as Suet, woke up in an emergency room of a Ratchetberry hospital Sunday with serious injuries, including a severed penis. Doctors...
Time out. Are you screen sharing this or not?
It's just a picture of a man holding a duck, trying to feed a duck.
Wait, how is a man feeding a duck in any way relevant to a man who's lost his dick?
I don't know.
Wait, was his dick eaten by a duck?
Can I finish reading the story?
I just want to know right now, was his dick eaten by a duck?
I don't know. Doctors were unable to reattach it because it was not delivered to the hospital with him. The penis was never found. Suet told local police that he had just moved from his hometown of Trang to Ratchaburi, just a few hours west of Bangkok, which he won't be using anytime soon, to work in a garage. After he got off work Saturday night, he went to a karaoke parlor with colleagues and proceeded to get wasted. His next recollection was waiting at the hospital.
I found it.
Found what?
I found his penis. Allie has it. Check the chat.
Allie, why do you have?
She says she needed a realistic dildo. She has the penis. That's where it is. She had it the whole damn time.
Allie,
People are freaking.
Why would you steal his penis?
She needed a realistic dildo. What part of that did you miss? It's right there in the chat in caps.
I saw that. I just don't know. I don't think it works that way.
I like Moxley's reaction. I think it's the right reaction.
No, Mox, she wants a realistic penis, not a horse penis.
Oh. He also has no leads on the fate of his penis, saying he has never fought with anyone since relocating there. Suet also appeared to have received several blows to the head and face by blunt object and was bleeding from the ear. Lieutenant, not going to try and pronounce those names, of Banpong Police said witnesses saw a black pickup truck dump Suet off at the hospital and leave in a hurry. Ali, do you own a black pickup truck?
No, but she does have a necklace with a small, real-life penis butt plug on it, apparently.
Apparently.
I'm reading the chat.
He added Suet's colleagues will be brought in for questioning and that security camera footage is being reviewed to identify the truck driver in hopes of finding the perpetrator. I need to leave a comment on this article saying that Ali is the one that has it. We know where it is. You put a rod in it so it stays straight. Ali, that's horrible.
Pixar didn't happen.
Why are you trying to sound a severed penis?
Pics or it didn't happen.
Well, then you can send all the pictures you want of sounding to Anti-Hero Broadcast.
Go ahead. I will make sure that my co-hosts see them. I will make sure they study them in depth with their mouths open and their eyes glazed over in lust. That's right. You got nothing.
And then he'll return with those pictures back with the glazed eyes and all that.
Yep.
Wow.
You can't beat me. Why are you trying?
I'm not even identifying that with a response.
You just did. Oh, same page.
All right, Auntie. What do you want to read? About an Egyptian zoo? Death threats? Or a big screen TV?
Let's go with the death threats. I'm always okay with death threats.
All right,
And
you heard it, everyone.
Reverence.
You heard it here, everyone. Anti-Hero Broadcast wants a death threat, so go to his Twitter and give as many as possible.
Do your best. If you're going to do that, you better come correct. Otherwise, I'm just going to laugh at you. It's Anti-Hero Cast on Twitter. Get it fucking right.
All right.
Are we prepared?
I like the way you read, so yes.
All right.
We're
going to use a slightly different voice this time. Also, is that I take it those are the death threats involved?
Do it like an announcer for like a sports game or a superhero or something like that.
Well, so I just scroll. Okay, so is this? What are these things? Are these like tweets that were attached to it?
This I think is the tweet. I think this right here.
Where is the actual article? Is the question. I just want to make sure it's on the same right there. Okay, cool. So let's go back up to the top. Scotch. I love scotch. This journalist got death threats after his phone number was posted online, and Facebook took 18 hours to respond. The post was removed eventually. The offending tweet was by Avi Yamini. See this taxpayer-funded ABC employee? He smears the country that gave his peasant family refuge. Feel free to let Osman Faruqi know what you think, followed by a blurred-out phone number. After all, he works for you. Osman Faruqi, in a tweet himself, said, Australians are a deeply conservative, insular, and fearful people with a collective delusion that they are laid back and forward-thinking. And now we go to the story itself. On Wednesday evening, controversial political activist Avi Yamini, who campaigns heavily for issues he believes violate free speech, like the ongoing court case of Sonia Kruger and the imprisonment of Tommy Robinson, posted the personal phone number of Australian journalist Osman Faruqi on his Facebook page. Yamini was responding to a tweet from Faruqi, who was commenting on parts of the nation struggling to go along with a plastic bag ban from the supermarket chain Coles. Australians are deeply conservative, insular, and fearful people with a collective delusion they are laid back and forward-thinking, Faruqi wrote. On his Faceback, Yamini posted a screenshot of the tweet with the message that we have already read and will therefore move past, before posting Faruqi's personal phone number. The post remained on his page for 18 hours.
You made it sound like that was what it was actually saying. That's horrible. I wasn't paying attention. I had to look to make sure that's what it said.
The post remained on his page for 18 hours, during which Yamini's 150,000 plus follower base called Faruqi with death threats and messages of abuse. Around midday on Thursday, Facebook removed the post. This came after Faruqi himself posted on his Twitter about the abuse he was receiving, and many others reported Yamini's Facebook post. Faruqi, a former Greens political candidate, editor at Junkie, and now ABC employee, made it clear on his Twitter page that the abuse was too much. The price for having one opinion about the plastic bag ban reversal: you moved up too fast, you whore, whilst being brown. Someone leaked my personal phone number, and all night I received calls from strangers threatening to kill me and abusing me, he wrote. And of course, he's going to play what we all knew was going to happen, the race card. You all told me to stop making things about race. I didn't mention race once, except for the whole part about ban reversal whilst being brown. That was mentioning race. You totally did that. I'm reading the article. I didn't mention race once, except for the previous mention. Yet all the abuse and harassment I've been receiving is entirely focused on my skin color. I can't write, post, or broadcast anything without experiencing vast amounts of racist abuse. And most people on this website want to pat each other on the back for owing me because you convince yourself it doesn't happen. Experiencing this stuff is toxic to my life, which is overwhelmingly great, except when I have to cop this shit. I always persisted because I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to get shut down or silenced by aggressive nutters. I want that whole concept to sink in for a little bit for the American audience. Aggressive nutting has made this man want to give it up. Aggressive nutting.
Apparently,
But
he
it's
hasn't
too
been
much
doing
now.
it right.
But it's too much now. I'm scared about my safety. And I just want to live my life free from the threats of violence and abuse. So the idiots won. I'm finished. In a much publicized new era of Facebook, one in which posters blast messages like fake news is not our friend on every street corner, the social media giant has failed a simple and standard test to protect its users. Yamini believes that what he did was fair game, but ultimately Facebook's mission statement of bringing the world closer together doesn't exactly align itself with enabling others to harass and send death threats to the person. Publishing the direct contact number. Where did we go? You moved up. Oh, why? Of someone you disagree with isn't so much a test of Facebook's rules. It's something the company has to find position on it. Don't do it. So why did the company take so long to remove the post? And what is being done to ensure it doesn't happen again? What censorship will they bring down? What destructions of free speech throughout the world will Facebook now perpetrate? In the end, the post was even the reason Yamini's 150,000 follower account was taken down. It was, in fact, taken down. Yamini told BuzzFeed
that's what
News
happens with Facebook.
the company had permanently removed his profile on the grounds of hate speech, but that he would be appealing the case. BuzzFeed News understands the social giant came to the decision to remove me. This is on BuzzFeed?
Yes, it is.
I am soiled by the reading. When we are done, I will go and take a bleach bath and hopefully remove at least the first layer of my skin, thus making it easier to cope with what I have just had come out of my face.
It is BuzzFeed News. So
I feel
let that
very
sink
much
in.
now like the woman and the man who vomited all over each other after the period blood. Just as foul, just as soiled. You are an awful, awful person, and I'm going to have to hurt you at some point. Back to the story.
Sorry, please
BuzzFeed
continue.
News understands the social giant cannabis has removed Yemeni's account after looking through its post history and determining he had multiple examples of hate speech, resulting in subsequent warnings. An example of what that hate speech is not followed from Facebook. Oh, let me read that again, everybody. An example of what that hate speech is has not followed from Facebook. So his account was removed because he put out a public figure's phone number.
Right.
And which is bad. I'm not going to say it's a good thing. Don't do that. It's awful. But they removed it on grounds of hate speech. And according to this particular thing, and it's BuzzFeed, so they're usually on the side of social justice, Facebook is not giving an example of what that hate speech was. As a quick aside, everyone who's watching, we should all remember that a lot of these particular companies are siding with the social justice standard. Twitter's doing it, YouTube's doing it, Facebook is doing it. A lot of the big places are doing that now because it's the monetary line, it's the social political line, and they're towing it. So
Hell, they labeled the Declaration of Independence, the beginning of that, as hate speech.
Again, asking for evidence, ladies and gentlemen, is something you will not get. Anyway, BuzzFeed News was turned to the company's community standards, which outline dozens of speech the platform defines as hate speech. With the removal of Yemeni's account and an unclear definition as to why, Facebook has only strengthened his status. In truth, most of the information surrounding the removal of Yemeni's page had to come from Yemeni himself, such as Facebook's timidness to outline exact reasoning.
That's because there was no exact reasoning.
Thank you for reiterating what I've already said.
You're welcome. I'm just doing it in something that people actually pay attention to.
You?
Yes.
Can we get a 1 in the chat if anyone actually pays attention to Antoine? A 2 in the chat if you're paying attention to anything else. Literally anything else.
Good morning, Numbskull. How's it going?
Oh, wait. There's a 3. From Slayer Raven, who apparently has zoned out ages ago. Lots of 2s and 3s showing up. There's a 9. I don't see any 1s. I just want you to understand that. Not a single goddamn 1.
That's because this is my chat, and they wouldn't put a 1 in there.
No, Dragon F.
We got
1 in there. Just because he wants to kill
1,
me.
But mostly 2.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
all right.
But it's still a 1.
Back to the story. 1 out of 8. You're not winning.
9 is in there, and
You're
3.
not winning. You're not doing well at all. You are failing miserably.
There is 1, 2
Oh,
from Ali.
Yes, and the rest of people who aren't paying attention so very hard, they didn't even know what right number to place. Now, can we move on to the story? Thank you. Good Lord. With his Facebook page gone, Yemeni has turned to YouTube. He has already made 2 videos declaring Facebook is trying to shut us down and directing his followers to the Australian Liberty Alliance's Facebook page. Yemeni told BuzzFeed News he had found Faruqi's number using Google and thus hadn't doxed him. Uh-oh. We're about to get culturally relevant. Doxing is widely understood to be the practice of publishing someone's personal information as an act of punishment. A spokesperson of the Australian Liberty Alliance, the party Yemeni plans to run as a candidate for in the Victoria State election in November, told BuzzFeed News he has plugged $40,000 into Facebook advertising for him since 2016. The party confirmed that Yemeni will be running as a candidate and also defended publishing Faruqi's phone number, saying it was available online, his work with the ABC makes him a public servant, and, as a spokesperson told BuzzFeed News, he shouldn't put his nose out if he doesn't want it bitten off.
I don't think it works that way.
That was ballsy. I mean, like, they weren't even hiding right there. They weren't like, well, if you work in the public eye, you have to understand. No, if you put your nose out there, somebody's going to bite that shit off. You mean he put it even more bluntly? How could you get more blunt?
Apparently he's going to try.
as a political platform. They, meaning Facebook, have had no problem taking our money now, and now they think just delete it, he said. If his account isn't reinstated, Yamiz is going to take Facebook to court. In the US, public figures have also their phone numbers published online. Stephen Miller, a White House advisor, had his phone number included in a news article. Luckily for him, Twitter has had hand automatically banned tweets that contain a link to the story that shares his personal number. But Miller is a White House advisor. If you don't have that sort of clout, it can be hard to have big tech quickly by your side. BuzzFeed News contacted Faruqi for comment.
So, for the record, in the U.S., anybody who actually works for the government as a politician or any form of the political side, your information is 100% public domain. You cannot be doxxed. If someone has your name,
well,
they have the right to that.
This is a slippery slope we're talking about here. There's a lot of different things that go into this. Me personally, I think I actually talked about this in a Sparktopus stream previously. I think that now I want to clarify: gathering people's personal private information is also bad, but doxing in and of itself consists of the dissemination of personal private information. I think public figures can be doxed, but it's only when their personal private information is released.
Not necessarily their phone number,
so
but
their work number, the location of their government building, all that's not dox information. But the names of their kids and the schools they go to,
yes,
that sort of stuff, that's all dox information and shouldn't be messed with. There are differing things that go on left and right, and I really don't think that we should try and get into that in this particular stream right now.
I'm all for that.
Look at me, I'm being responsible and shit.
I'm just saying, because it was made very clear to me when I got involved that is the way it works. My information was literally published in the paper the moment I was elected.
Oh yeah, no, all of your stuff will be published very quickly. There are certain things that the paper is supposed to stay away from.
Your family is one of them, so you were absolutely.
But they don't always do that. So.
But that has nothing to do with journalists, so I don't know what that guy was going on about. Maybe it's different in Australia.
It's possible.
All right, well, I'm going to have to hop out of here, man, because I have to get on the road. So thanks again for having me.
On the road again.
And, yeah, just message me later, guys. Thank you, chat. And sorry, Anubis, I could not pronounce those words. It just happens. So, take care, stay out of trouble, and Antihero, it was a fucking pleasure, man. I hope to get to do this with you again sometime.
Sir. Indeed. Please drive safely. Go with the Lord.
And by Lord, he's talking about Cthulhu.
No, I don't worship him. He's a big old squid head.
Have a good one, Slayer Raven. Thank you again for coming on and hosting.
Thank you.
Just as a heads up, can you guys hear me still?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. My internet is experiencing some mild problems, so if I go away, it's because it crashed.
Gotcha.
Understandable, man.
It appears to be fixing itself now, but I just want to give everyone a heads up.
Yeah, you were roboting a bit there for a minute.
Yeah, I know. It's still being very slow, and I'm not sure what's going on. I'm going to stop talking now. Go on with the good stuff.
All right. So we have two more articles. One talking about an Egyptian zoo, and the other one is talking about a big screen TV. Put a 1 in the chat for the zoo and a 2 in the chat for the big screen TV. The robots are taking over. Yes, I know. Sparky's been working on a bunch of clones.
Am I still roboting, or am I good now?
No, you're good now.
Oh, right then. So does that mean we should get down to business?
Well, we're getting ones. So that means we're going to be talking about the zoo, apparently. What kind of business are you talking about?
You know, The musical kind. The kind that makes Draconath Firesoul vomit all over himself.
Are you really going to sing this?
Oh, I might. I'm considering it.
All right, can we do
Bitch,
it
I
after?
might be.
Can we do it after the zebra thing?
Fine.
We can do it after the article. It's fine.
Allie's in the right page. Look at that. She's all excited.
But aw.
Now, don't worry, Allie. This will not be forgotten. I have the lyrics pulled up. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make it magical together.
Hey.
Oh, poor child. Someone please tell Draconath not to do that.
Don't dare anti, because it means he's going to do it.
Nope. Sorry, Bloodletter. I have to now.
All right.
Draconath said I had to do it.
After we talk about the zebra. Okay.
What zebra? It's clearly a donkey.
That's what I'm going to be talking about.
Man, those zookeepers really made asses of themselves, didn't they?
Oh my god.
See, I don't know how much of this is trolling or not, so keep that in mind.
Is it from The Onion?
No, it's
Twisted
from Twisted News. You sent me an article. You don't know if it's real or not.
I read through it. It seems legit, but I mean,
Egyptian zoo paints donkeys to look like zebras because even the zoo is now fake news.
Man, this is a bunch of donkey shit.
Oh, God. We've been hearing a lot about fake news lately, but what about fake animals? If you go to the zoo, you probably accept the placards at face value and believe that the animals inside the enclosures are the species the zoo claims them to be. However, the actions of one zoo might have you thinking twice the next time you go to check out the animals at your own local zoo. A zoo in Nasser City, Egypt, has been accused of painting black stripes on a donkey in order to make it appear to be a zebra. A photo of the alleged painted animal has appeared online, and experts have weighed in on the animal's true nature. Is that Mahamud? Student Mahamud Saran grew suspicious of the animal at Cairo's International Garden Municipal Park after noticing that the stripes were smudged.
The pronunciation's probably close to Mahmoud.
Whatever.
Let's try to not be completely racially insensitive unless I'm doing accents, okay?
Look, you go ahead and be... Do you want to read this in your racially insensitive accent?
Oh, no, not at all. I'm listening to you butcher names.
I butcher names. I butcher names religiously.
There's more racial insensitivity.
It's also religious insensitivity as well. It was also rather small and had pointy ears. Zebras normally have rounded ears. After posting pictures of the questionable animal on his Facebook account, the images went viral and spurred a discussion about what sets zebras apart from donkeys and other animals. Usually it's the fact that they're striped, and, they're a lot different than, say, an elephant. Experts say that zebras' snouts are black and the stripes tend to be consistent and parallel. This was not the case with the animal photographed by Saran, who reported that there were two animals in the enclosure and both appeared to have been painted. Speaking to ABC News, Saran said, "When we approached the zebra, we realized that the lines were clearly painted. The paint was smudged and his hair was nothing like that of a zebra. He identified the animal as a typical donkey that are seen throughout Egypt." In his original Facebook post sharing the pictures of the animal, which has been shared more than 10,000 times, Saran wrote, "Stupidity in our country has reached a level that they are now painting over a donkey to make it look like a zebra. They are so stupid they forget to paint another layer so that it's smudged on the donkey's face." Egyptian zoos don't have the best track record, apparently, because that's what the bold text says. The director of the zoo insists that the animal is real despite all of the evidence to the contrary. Animal rights groups were quick to criticize the zoo for subjecting these normally skittish animals to being restrained and painted with chemicals that could cause allergic reactions. Egyptian zoos do not have the greatest reputation when it comes to the conditions of the animals living. The animals living there must endure. Africa's oldest zoo, the Giza Zoo, was stripped of its World Association of Zoos and Aquariums accreditation in 2004 due to deteriorating conditions. I didn't even know that was a thing. The World Association of Zoos and Aquariums accreditation. Okay. A senior official working at the Central Administration of Zoos in Egypt told ABC that the zebra was undoubtedly fake, but that the zoo in question isn't part of their purview. Other zoos have also tried to deceive its visitors.
Quick interruption.
What?
Moxley says that he is a mule, not a donkey. Get it right. You're a liar. You're a pony. We all know.
I thought he was a geldling.
He's My Little Moxley.
Just asking.
Friendship is magic, and magic is heresy. And you all know what happens to heretics around here.
What happens to heretics?
They get burned. Purged, bitch.
God.
Okay. It's not the first time a zoo has tried to pass off one animal species as another. In fact, a Gaza zoo painted donkeys with stripes to make them look like zebras in 2009 after claiming they were unable to get around the Israeli blockade. A Chinese zoo made headlines in 2013 when it claimed that a Tibetan Mastiff dog was actually an African lion. Guests were tipped off when the lion began to bark. It turned out that the real lion belonging to the zoo had been sent off to a breeding center, so officials placed one of the zoo's workers' dogs inside the cage. All right. All right.
That was weird.
All right, we're going to skip the 50-inch TV thing. So you have lyrics pulled up, Antihero.
Oh, I'm not going to do that to them. I'm joking! Ha ha ha.
I was going to say, you kind of promised, so it's not...
I did, and I'm going to do this just for Allie because she specifically requested this in the chat. She said, wait, what are we waiting for? I'm waiting with bated breath.
Moxley says he's sterile, so no need to worry about pregnancy, ladies. Except he spelled needs knees, and I don't know what a butte is.
Are you really going to make fun of his typing? Like, seriously? That's the best you can do?
You feel like I've become a war Nazi.
The best you can do is grammar Nazi the poor bastard? You can't just make fun of the fact that he's in a chat in one of your streams trying to pick up chicks. You didn't go for that one, huh? The obvious problem? You didn't go for that. No, you went for grammar Nazi. I'm not sure which one is worse. Moxley going, hey, let me get a chick, let me get a girl in here because I'm sterile and shit. Or you grammar Naziing poor Moxley. He's a pony, okay? Let him slide. He can't type with those hooves.
Antoine is floored right now.
I am sorry, Moxley. I will not make fun of your hooves again. I apologize.
God damn. I mean, the fact that he was able to make himself, like, understood it all, you realize it takes him like 5 minutes to type out good morning, right? He's got to like click, clack, click, clickety, clack, clack. And then he's going to hit backspace 16 times because he messes up. And thankfully, the backspace button's pretty big, so it's easier to get that clip clopper on there. Bloodletter's right. He also used his muzzle. He's got those prehensile lips that horses have, so he can use those to press individual keys. But then he drools on the keyboard, and God knows that's no fun. Poor bastard. I feel so bad. We are not a horse-friendly society anymore. I mean, they are an oppressed minority. They really are. Roxy, I'm on your side. Everybody needs to go to Twitter and hashtag pony representation, hashtag save the ponies, hashtag bigger keyboards for Ponykin. Let's go ahead and get that out there. Draconath, no one believes you about your massive anything. Don't fucking lie.
Wait, what were the hashtags again?
Hashtag Ponykin, or hashtag save the Ponykin, hashtag Ponykin representation. Let's get out there. You're not a mule, you're a pony, all right? We already know. We're trying to help you. All right, don't deny who you are.
Yeah,
seriously.
Just a very ugly pony.
Moxley, look, part of moving forward in life and succeeding is to acknowledge who you are, both those strengths and those weaknesses inherent in who you are. So Antoine knows deep down in his heart of hearts that he's just someone who adores anal tentacle sex.
That's
and he has
not
tentacles. No, shut up. We'll talk to you in a minute. Sparky knows there's just nothing more than Antoine's giant bipedal vibrator, and he's okay with that. This is why Sparky has such a great life, because he knows what's going on. He understands his place in the universe between Antoine's legs. He understands that. And so he works with it. Right now, you need to be okay with the fact that you are a sparkling, possibly blue and pink-haired pony. You need to be okay with that, Moxley. You need to look deep inside yourself and understand that it's okay. Just like Sparky understands this, just like Antoine is going to get right with himself. And when we can all achieve that together, it'll be a better place. That's right, Fermion. # save the ponykin.
I got Moxley covered. I tweeted it out for him.
There we go. See? No, it's blue and pink. Don't fucking lie, Moxley. You don't have to look cool anymore. You don't have to be a badass anymore. We understand. We're here for you. We know your pain. We're here for you, brother. We've got your back. And all 4 of your hooves. I don't know why you're laughing, Sparky. You had to go through.
Me.
I don't care. I'm talking to you next. You had to go through some stuff too, Sparky. Remember when you've discovered that you've been built solely to be Antoine's pleasure toy? Remember how you felt about that? Remember how it hurts you on the inside? How it caused you to doubt your entire processor?
That is not how that works.
And it was, I know, because we reprogrammed you to forget about it. No, but it happened, all right? And now you're happier just being Antoine's personal coin-operated boy. And it's good that you do that. It's good. Now, Antoine, I know you don't want to talk about this, but I think we've walked in on you maybe 5 or 6 times just furiously anally plundering yourself with tentacles.
That's never happened.
Sparky saw it. You scarred Sparky for life. He had to be reprogrammed 3 times to get rid of the stain. And I do mean literal stain, because he walked in at the wrong time, okay? The wrong time. If Sparky had eyes instead of optical sensors, he would have gotten some severe optical burns, if you get my drift. Poor guy was splattered. Splattered. Like a Jackson Pollock painting on his feet. You didn't need a black light because it was right there. It was... Thankfully, Ishtar cleaned him off. That was helpful, because I wasn't going to touch that with a fucking 10-foot pole and a chamois cloth. Vince, the sham wow guy, wouldn't have come near you, and he's a freak. He's like, you're gonna love my nuts, but he wasn't gonna go anywhere near your nutted on face. But we saw that you did that, Antoine. We saw it. We understood it. We don't hate you for it. We just want you to get your addiction under control. We want you to get your addiction under control, Antoine. Your addiction to tentacle dick. We want you to accept who you are and to be okay with yourself and to love yourself, but not in a physical way. We want you to love yourself in a fashion that doesn't involve tentacles in your butthole. That's all we're saying.
How in the fuck do you do this?
I am mildly drunk, and I'm a little sleepy. Beyond that, this is pretty much par for the course, as you're well aware.
I'm very much well aware.
Same here. I know.
Now, does anyone want me to say anything terrible to anybody? Because this is the point at which we'll be taking things from the chat. And if it's funny enough,
the point where you're supposed to be singing.
If it's funny enough, I will shut up, Antoine. You're just trying to distract from the fact that people have things to talk. Look at that. Look, you've hurt Anvir of Beldon. You've hurt him. You've hurt him so much. Look at this. He is scarred. He came back with the tentacles in your butthole, and now he's hurt. And now he's hurt. He's hurt.
Fermion wants you to.
And Antoine, we are never going to give you up, man. We're going to keep working with you. We're never going to give, never going to give. No, we're never going to give you up. And look at, he's hurt. Look at that. Look, right there. It says so in black and white. He's hurt. This is what you do, Antoine, when you indulge in your selfish tentacle butt behavior.
I'd like to point out that Dragonath has triple dog dared you to sing.
I'm actually a really bad singer.
Pussy.
But you motherfucking whorebag. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons? You're the saddest bunch I ever met. But you can bet before we're through, Mr. I'll make a man out of you. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Who's the fucking pussy now,
Ben-
you bitch?
Ben Cooper in the chat says hashtag save the tentacles. So he apparently has no
No,
problem.
don't save. First off, he said hashtag save the tentacles, not tentacles. All right. I don't know what tentacles are, but don't save those, guys. You can't look. If you save the tentacles, you enable him. All right. Like any addict, you can't enable him. He'll sit there and he'll suck and slurp and butt ride those tentacles all day long if we enable him with that. Hashtag save Antoine's dignity from his own butt lust. That's what we need to be hashtagging. I know it's a long hashtag, but we can do it if we all band together. Hashtag save Antoine's dignity from his own butt lust. We can do this together. You, Sparky, me, Antoine, the chat, we can band together to help Antoine be less of a tentacle butt whore. We can do this. I just need your help. I need you to band together with me. At this point, we're going to go ahead and we're going to shill our Streamlabs that I'm sure we have somewhere.
I do have a Streamlabs.
Could you shill it now? We've got them on our side, dang it.
All right. Let me get it. Hold on.
I don't have a Streamlabs, so
We weren't talking about you, Sparky.
I figured you was.
Tranquil as a forest, but on fire within. I got the whole lyrics right in front of me. I can do this. Oh,
You don't have that shit memorized?
No. Look, the amount of Disney songs that are in my head right now, and the amount of alcohol that's in my bloodstream right now, yeah, they're not really memorized.
Well, we all know you probably got Kiss the Girl memorized, so.
Actually, no, I was never a fan of The Little Mermaid. I was much more into Aladdin. And
No. Time out. If you wasn't a fan, how the fuck do you know what movie it's from?
Dude, I actually date women.
I mean, he's got you there.
Yeah. I actually have, girlfriend, and girls like Disney movies. So, plus I had 2 little brothers, so I've seen a lot of Disney movies in my day.
Yeah, my girlfriend loves Beauty and the Beast. And
So,
Aladdin.
by the way, in the chat, you will see there's a Streamlabs there. If you want to help us help Antoine stop his horrible anal tentacle fetish from ruining his life and destroying him slowly from the inside out with penetrative force. If that's something you want to help us stop, go ahead and send us a little money. All right. We're not asking you to send in huge donations. A couple of pennies here and there helps out. You got some pocket change, throw that into your bank account and toss us 76 cents. If you got a couple extra bucks, instead of going and buy yourself some overpriced Starbucks coffee, that's mostly soy anyway, because we know who the fuck you are, Moxley.
Or you could just go sub to
Put that extra you could put that extra $3.50 into the Streamlabs. You could send us a little bit of money, and yes, you could save Antoine from his prolapsed tentacle anus. You could do that. His rudely prolapsed backside. And I want your help to help us. And by the way, for every cent you donate, you are one step closer to guaranteed going to heaven.
Guaranteed going to heaven.
One step closer. It takes you roughly 40,000 steps. Keep that in mind.
I just put a link in the chat. Everyone go sub to Anti-Hero. Force them to have to make videos.
If you guys keep subscribing to me, I'll have to make videos, and God knows nobody wants that. It's bad enough that I've been here for the last, 2 hours? Dear God, no, make it stop. Make it stop. All right,
No.
so what's next? I think I've lambasted you both enough, Mr. Coin-Operated Boy and Mr. Tentacle Butt Fetish. God damn you, Draconath Fire Soul. I will kill you to death. How many subs do I even have now? I don't want to know. I don't
Yeah.
like it.
28.
How many did you have before?
I was at like 23 before I started this streaming stuff, and I was comfortable. We accept caps, but only if you go to a casino and exchange them for NCR or Legion dollars.
Uh-oh. Now you're at 30.
You son of a whore. I have to make content now.
Raz subbed. Ishtar
Oh,
subbed.
32. 32. He's at 32 now. Hey, 32, 32. Come on, let's
I'm gonna
make
make
it 33.
this.
Come on, 33,
I'm gonna
34.
make
Come
this
on.
really easy, and I'm just gonna kill Sparky. This will never happen again if I just kill Sparky. Sparky, I'm gonna go and reprogram you again so that way you remember what Antoine did to your face.
Moxley just subbed as well. You can't kill my co-host.
You mean you almost said coin operated boy, didn't you?
No, I said co-host.
No, go ahead and send us all the pennies you got. That is fine. We will take them. Pennies add up. 100 pennies equals $1, and $1 equals something I can wave in Antoine's face and go, ha, ha, I made you money, you whore. And then I can call him names.
You call me names anyway.
I know, but if I'm getting paid to do it, it's that much better.
You know what? Touche. I will admit to that.
All joking aside, chat, we are super happy that you just came by and said hi to us, that you interacted. I was thoroughly pleased with that. Don't need to send us any money unless you absolutely feel like you should, and you all should. Otherwise, God damn it, Allie, I didn't think you'd betray me after I sang for you. That was dedicated to you, and you betrayed me anyway. This is as bad as the time Antoine set a big fat nut into Sparky's face. This is as bad. This is awful, and I'm going to start crying.
Well, while you mop up your
34.
tears.
He's up to 34 subs.
I'm going to murder you, Sparky.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for Caffeinated or Die. My name, of course, is Antoine the Great. I've been joined by Sparky from Sparky's Tech Corner. I have also been joined by Antihero.
Antihero from Antihero Broadcast. I don't make content, you whores.
To answer I Hail the Whale, I will be reading again as soon as I have time, which I'm still trying to work everything out with my schedule and everything like that. But I will be reading again, I promise. So thank you all for joining us. Bloodletter, I Hail the Whale, Ali, Spectre showed up. Hi, Spectre. Bye, Spectre. Draconath. If you subscribe to Antihero and leave him comments on all of his videos, he may make more content for you.
You're all awful, awful people, and I hate every last one of you.
So thank you very much for joining me, everyone.
But it's a loving hate.
Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you next week at the normal time of 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we hope you all have a wonderful week. And remember, caffeinate or die.
Peace out, Space Mice.
See ya.